Hey everybody, Austin Hill Shaw here, founder of Creativity Matters and author of The Shoreline of Wonder on Being Creative. Right now I'm in Ojai, California, and I've come down here to participate in something called the Creativity Symposium put on a place called the Thatcher School, which is kind of a famous boarding school on the east end of Ojai. Ojai is actually a place where I lived in from 2003 to 2005, so it's a place that's familiar to me. And I also have a dear friend who teaches at the Thatcher School, both mathematics and horsemanship. The interesting thing about Thatcher is that every freshman that comes in is assigned a horse that they are to take care of for their entire freshman year. They not only learn how to ride it, but they also learn how to, again, care for the animal, mucking the stalls, caring for all the things that need to be done in order so that animal is safe and happy. And it's an interesting program because it really creates not only the sense of this bonding between the student and the horse, but it teaches this incredible amount of responsibility. It's a remarkable program. And I've come down here specifically to teach something called Creativity, Your Core Human Need, which is one of many different workshops that are being offered to the students this week in order so that they can start to understand and develop a better sense of what it means to be creative and how they can start to incorporate creativity in their everyday life, not just just their thinking mind, which is usually the thing that's kind of stressed in the education system, but also this ability to do, again, what we call creativity, which means a lot of things. And for me, it just means connecting with the world and affecting it in a meaningful way. And I think this is an amazing place to talk about creativity from the perspective of what these freshmen are going through when they're working with a horse. There's basically three ways that a horse will react to a rider. When a rider approaches a horse, they'll either move towards them, meaning that they feel safe on some level, that they're perceiving that the person is not a threat. They will move away from the rider, meaning that perhaps the rider is harboring some difficult emotions or the horse just senses that something's not quite right and will move away. And the third reaction is that the horse will just sort of ignore the rider. Okay, they will not either move it towards or away from it. And it's interesting because over time, human beings have had a really long relationship with horses for thousands, perhaps tens of thousand years. And it's interesting because horses are kind of like the ultimate prey, and humans are like the ultimate predator. And so this sorts of awareness that we have, we can really learn from horses because, again, as a large mammal, an herbivore, they can be targets for other animals that are out there. So their awareness is like kind of in 360 degrees. It's, this sort of almost like what you might call almost like an omniscient awareness. It's aware of all the things that could be seen as opportunities or threats within the environment, okay? Whereas human beings tend to be more focused, right? We tend to be more focused. We are able to, our eyes are on the front of our heads. They aren't on the sides like, the ones that are the prey. And so we see things in different ways. And so that's another sort of awareness that a student at Thatcher or anybody who works with horses starts to realize is that there are different ways of seeing the world than what we typically do within our lives. And again, we have these amazing minds, human beings do, and you have this ability called conscious self-awareness. And so often we overuse it, right? We get stuck in our thoughts, we get stuck in our shoulds, we get stuck in these patterns of, thinking that we need to live out ideas or scripts that other people have handed to us. Maybe it's our parents, maybe it's our communities, maybe it's our religious systems. And so we're caught in this battle of ideologies often in our minds. And one thing that horses teach us is that, again, there's this really innate quality within us. There's awareness that's inside us as well, which is as simple and as powerful as what single-celled organisms do and horses do, right? They either move towards things that they like, they move away from things that they don't like, or they just sort of ignore things that are just kind of neutral within their environment, okay? And that actually can be a really helpful way of helping us to move forward within our creative projects, okay? Again, I want to say, first, way up front that I have been a person who in the past have overthought things, and even to this day, I use my mind way more than I need to sometimes, okay? Way more than I need to. And I realize when I'm able to sort of relax my thinking processes, right? When I'm just able to take a few breaths, and when somebody asks me something, is that something you want to do? And just drop into my body, right? Drop into my sort of horse-like awareness, okay? The physical awareness, and just say, how does that feel in my body right now? Is that something that I want to do or not, right? And just feel what it's like. Suddenly I can come up with answers that I don't totally know exactly where they're coming from intellectually, but often they're spot on, okay? And that's something that I've had to learn how to do. I've had to learn how to do that for many years. There's a lot of people that have taught me in the Bay Area how to do that. My wife has taught me how to do that. There's been people who I used to practice circling with that have taught me how to do that. There are a lot of people, and in the Bay Area, there's a lot of ways in which people, again, we're learning different ways of being where we're using our minds, right? Using it as a tool, but not being stuck by it. So it's been a remarkable experience to be down here, to be on a campus that not only values creativity, but is also using ways in which they are teaching young people not only to utilize their minds, right, and to work hard at school and create responsibility, but also create new sorts of awareness, again, through this horse program. And I know for a lot of places that's totally unaffordable. But the question is like, how can we go out there and teach students not only how to think, but to use other aspects of their awareness. Again, use their physical bodies, right? Use their intuition, okay? Tap into other things like their sort of emotions, what their emotions are saying. Look at the significance of what's happening in their lives. All these ways that we can start to go about solving problems that, again, that aren't thought-based. Because, again, our concepts and our ability to think are really powerful, but it's a narrow band of awareness. And below that is sensorial awareness, right? And above that we might call spiritual or transrational awareness. And all throughout we have these emotions that are running everywhere. That's the power of emotions. And it took me a long time to even consider that emotions were anywhere near as important thought, because I had my own ideas that it's more important to think that emotions are less evolved. Well, yeah, sometimes they're more primitive, but they're also more powerful because they run throughout. And so the ability to use all aspects of our awareness, okay? Again, including this basic sense of like, do I like that? Yeah, let's move forward. Do I not like it? I'm going to step back. And that sense of like, well, I'm sort of neutral on the thing. What do you think? That sort of thing. Those are really powerful. And so it's been such a nice thing to be down here again, participating in the Creativity Symposium. And I invite you to share any experiences that you may have, any types of awareness that you utilize in order to make decisions or move forward in creative projects. Like any tips that you might have that would benefit all of us. Please leave those in the comment sections below this video. And I'd love to hear from you. If you're not on my website right now, you can go to www.austinhillshaw.com and again, leave your comments there. And I look forward to reading those. And also, I just want to let you a reminder from last week is that we're entering into the final days of the giveaway for the Sun Magazine. So if you're interested in a subscription, a year-long subscription to the Sun Magazine, please go to the link on this page, or you can go to the last blog, and you can enter to win a year-long subscription to my favorite resource for inspiration, which is the Sun Magazine. And you can read the last blog in order to hear more about that. And again, what you do is you enter, and the more you get more opportunity to win by suggesting it to other people to check it out as well. So that's it for right now. Again, my name is Austin Hill Shaw, founder of Creativity Matters and author of The Shoreline of Wonder, reminding you to connect deeply, to make a difference, and to inspire creativity in others. Thank you so much.